Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is now another weekly forecast for all my signs, dude. Weekend went by real quick. I just got back from vacation yesterday, so the show must go on. Remember to look in the description of the video if you ever want information on scheduling personal readings. Okay? And don't forget, we brought back one-on-one video calls, okay? All kinds of cool stuff, dude, we're bringing back and changing things up just a little bit. Okay, if you want information on that, look in the description of the video. Other than that, yet another week. Let's look at yet another week. Oh, I wish I would have looked at the calendar before I started this video. We are about to head into Libra season here, correct? Or is it, oh, where are we at, September? Yeah, Libra season. Libra season. I'm not sure if that happens this week. Does that happen this week, y'all? I forgot to check the calendar to see. I don't even really know exactly where we are on the calendar right now. Somewhere in the last couple of weeks, right? Either way, though, that Virgo energy is phasing out one way or the other. So, how's everybody doing? Do we have any Aries people in here? Any Aries people in here? Changing things up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Making some minor little tweaks and turning some knobs and levers. Most of y'all probably won't even notice a difference, but we are evolving. Aries, Aries. 4 shuffles, please. Two more for Aries. Okay, hey, man, I love that as an overall energy. I definitely see some new things coming in. All right, definitely see some new things coming in right here. I also see an argument popping off here. Okay, see, I think that right now, you are stepping into that energy. The energy that we all talk about, okay? This is the energy that attracts true love to you. And I see you stepping into that energy, okay? Like I tell 95% of the people who come to me for a personal reading, when I break this process down, I know most of you have heard this, more than likely, there's gonna be a period in time where you're turning love down, okay? And I see that happening here, okay? Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Okay, the person that you're dealing with here, I think this could be some new things for some of you, but I'm definitely feeling, okay, 6 of Cups, 5 of Wands. There's definitely some past person here that's I see an argument popping off right here, okay? And the most likely outcome resting in the current moment is being turned down. Whoever this is coming forward here, I see a fight popping off and it being turned down because it could be a Libra that you're dealing with, but whoever this is, you just don't really feel like they're being all the way real with you. You just don't really feel like they're being all the way real with you, and they're probably not. They're probably not. I feel like you feel and you know there's something under this person's sleeve. This person has a trick under their sleeve, you know? And I just don't really feel like you're feeling it. But I do, look, you have no idea how powerful this is, Aries. You have no clue. You have no idea how powerful this is. This right here is the energy you want to be at, okay? And that's beautiful. If you maintain that energy, like I tell everybody, if you want 10 cups, you must first collect 9. Okay, you have to maintain this right here before that 10th cup will be offered to you. So, let's go ahead and look at the advice. Starting it off positive, man. Yes, I love it, dude. I love it. I love starting it off positive. What advice do we have for Aries this week? Advice. What advice do we have? 2 shuffles, 2 shuffles. This is my first reading of the day, y'all. My first time flipping tarot cards in like 4 days. So, you all will witness me waking up and pull energy in. I wasn't too prepared before I came on camera, okay? All right, Aries, there you are in your advice. There you are. It's very important to become the highest vibrational version of yourself as you possibly can. Leslie, thanks so much for that super chat. Thank you. The reason being is because Aries, with the Aries card being your advice, like I've said before, your goal is to vibrate higher than the energies that govern you. Vibrate higher than the energies that govern you, okay? What that means is, okay, if I'm an Aries, but I vibrate higher than the Aries energy, I have control of the Aries energy. I can use it to my advantage when I need to. Not Aries energy pulling me around and dragging me around so I can, make excuses for my behavior on my astrological sign, you know what I mean? The goal is to become the highest vibrational version of yourself as possible so that you can use these energies to your benefit and the benefit of others. You see what I'm saying? Right now, I think it's important that you take time to heal. Don't try to run away from any of your wounds or any of your past heartbreaks or anything like that. It's okay to take the time to heal. Don't try to overwork yourself. Don't try to overcompensate. And I know this is hard to say because this is what we all want to do. But don't try to overcompensate and distract yourself from any inner healing that needs to be done. It's very important to sit with it and face it, okay? So, okay. Good messages for Aries. Man, I love that, dude. I love it. I had a feeling that at least one sign today was going to get something positive. Let's hope for them all. Do we have any Taurus people in here? Taurus. Oop, there's Taurus right there. How you like them apples? What's up, Taurus? How y'all doing? Taurus moon works. That works. Taurus moon, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Let's see here. 4 shuffles for Taurus, please. 1. Thanks for that super chat, Carl. Appreciate it. 2. 2 more shuffles. 2 more. Amanda, thanks for that super chat. Appreciate it. All right. Ooh, some of y'all could be dealing with a Scorpio. Looks like you're manifesting new things, though, here. You're manifesting new things. Some of y'all, let's see, I have Scorpio and Cancer. Some of y'all dealing with a Cancer. Enchanted Cottage. Thanks so much for that super chat. Appreciate it. Thank you. So anyway, though, yeah. I kind of feel like there's going to be one last attempt here. One last attempt for, to try to rebuild this. But I don't think it's going to happen, man. There's the person you're dealing with here, 2 of Cups, but the Death card. I think a lot of you, again, I don't know, it's on their side. Like I said, I always pull 1 for you, 1 for the person you're dealing with, but these energies could go either way. It's just a way for me to distinguish which energy is which, you know what I'm saying? But it could go either way. I definitely see it. Looks to me like it's them, the person you're dealing with, making one last ditch effort to try to make things work out. But the fact of the matter is that this is divine intervention, okay? It's not like this was a mistake. This didn't come to an end by accident, okay? This, I think, is one of those types of connections that the whole plan from the get-go was to come together and depart. Now, is that every single type of connection and relationship that we deal with? No, absolutely not. But this, I do think, is one of those things because the Death card is a very, very natural process, okay? This is the reason this is the Scorpio card is because during Scorpio season, the Death is a very slow, gradual, natural transitionary process. See what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Okay? One last attempt, but here's you. 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, both reversed. No, I don't want the drama. I don't want the fighting. I don't want the arguing. I'm throwing in the white towel. I'm manifesting new things. Right? Manifesting new things. I'm ready to actually create a new experience in life. Not just keep repeating old shit, hoping for a different result, but I'm ready to actually see something new in this world. You know what I mean? That's the energy that I get from you right here. Okay, so you could be dealing with a fire sign, but I do see new communication happening here. Okay, right now though, 6 of Wands reversed with the person you're dealing with, you know that it would just be a big waste of time. And unless you want to get back on the wheel and repeat the cycle over again, it's not really going to go anywhere. Not really, okay? So the person you're dealing with is moving forward here. And I do think that they are learning a sense of independence. But it's not your problem anymore, is it? Not my problem, not my circus, not my monkeys. New things coming in for Taurus, though. I see new communication coming in. On that note, we got to get to the advice. Got to get to the advice. Okay, that's good. That's good, man. I'm feeling really good about these readings today. So far, I'm feeling good about them. Y'all know me, though. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If it comes through negative, I will read it negative. People get pissed off at me all the time. I don't really care. And I'm going to tell it the way I see it. But so far, I'm having really good feelings about these. Really good. What advice do we have for Taurus? What advice do we have for Taurus? Do-do-do. Let's get 4 shuffles here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ace of Swords. Yes, there's that 7 of Swords. Okay. So don't tell anybody your next move, okay? I mean, I'm not saying be secretive, and I'm not saying never discuss. Basically what I'm saying is it's very important that you pick and choose who you discuss your plans with, okay? Very, very important, because not everybody. There's even people who you think are rooting for you, but they're really not. They really secretly want to see you fail. Okay, and I don't want you to go around paranoid and worried about that, but it is a truth. There are many, many people that you think are on your team that are not. They are not on your team. They are secretly looking and hoping and wishing that you fail, okay? So you have to be very, very picky and choosy about what you discuss as far as your plans go and who you discuss it with. Make sense? That's 7 of Swords and the Moon card as your advice, okay? Other than that, though, right now, I think it's time to get your strength back. And it may even be a sense of strength you never knew that you had. Okay, a lot of us fixed signs, right? I'm a fixed sign too. We end up awakening that beast out of stubbornness, okay? Till the universe puts so much pressure on your back that you eventually hit rock bottom, and then this beast awakens out of you that you didn't even know existed. And that's that strength that you never knew that you had, okay? So, focus on that, getting your strength back, okay? All right, Gemini. We have any Geminis in here? I was away. I'm just now, I just stepped into my studio here for the first time since I got back on vacation, and I'm seeing where my cats came through and pulled the tacks out of the walls, and I got tapestries hanging off the walls now. So I'm just kind of looking around like, them damn cats. Love them though, love them. Anyway. Gemini, I digress. Gemini, yes, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Gemini. Gemini, Gemini. Oh, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. All right, some of y'all dealing with an earth sign. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. Man, I don't know where I want to go with that just yet. I could take that, there's about 5 different paths I could take with that. I don't know. Let's see how it plays out with the rest of the spread. 1, 2. Oops. 2 more. Seven of Wands. Okay. Some of y'all dealing with a Virgo. I also have Libra here. All right. So basically what I'm seeing here is a big, this feels silent to me, okay? This doesn't really feel like something that everybody knows about, you know? Blue Ink Zone, thanks for that super chat, appreciate it. But I do feel like a war is being waged in your head. In your head. This doesn't, with that 7 of Wands energy right there. Okay, so for those of you who know about the tarot, I'm not gonna get into deep detail, but for those of you who do know about the tarot, this always feels more silent to me. Okay, this doesn't always feel like active confrontation or active conflict. Just the simple act of being on defense all the time and always feeling like attacked, that's a silent thing. That's a thing that goes on in here, you know? So whatever this is here, I think the person that you're dealing with does want commitment. They want commitment, but they have a problem here. The problem they have is they don't even enjoy their own company. The person you're dealing with doesn't even enjoy their own company. So they expect you to enjoy their company when they don't even enjoy their own? That's a problem. That's a huge problem. I don't care who you are, or Gemini, crosswatcher, I don't give a shit who you are. If you don't like being around yourself, how can you expect anybody else to like being around you? That's very, very selfish. Very selfish. Okay, so whoever needed to hear that, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody specifically. I'm sure that whoever it pisses off, though, is the person that needed to hear it, though, right? Anyway, though, I kind of feel that kind of energy happening in here. Okay, there's somebody here, one, the other, or both of you. One, the other, or both of you. I can't even sit alone with myself. I don't even like being by myself. So I don't like being around me, but I expect you to. I expect you to like being around me when I don't like being around me. Man, dude, it don't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It never has and it never will. So I don't really think that decisions being made here are based on logic and reason. I really don't. Okay, you're getting over this. I don't really think this is bothering you nearly as bad as it once did, but there's still a very, very silent war being waged in your head. 7 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles here, okay? And the doorway is closed. I don't really think this doorway is opening, okay? I don't really think universe is going to give this a pass. I don't. Okay, this is one of those types of things that the situation came together, the lessons were put on the table that needed to be learned, and now it's just up to each individual involved to say, okay, what did I learn about this, and how can I grow from this? And I still don't really see, well, I can't say that I don't see learning happening, but I don't really see any progress in this situation. Because this kind of feels like the same situation we've been talking about for weeks. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Then anyway, what advice do we have? What advice do we have? What advice do we have? Page of Pentacles, okay. You know what that means? Page. It's time to open the door for new things to come in. Time to open that door for new things to come in. New things are a little bit nerve-wracking and uncomfortable, but we still have to welcome them in. We still have to at least be open to it. Always remember that within the boundaries of moral fortitude, I can't stress that enough, being outside of your comfort zone is a good thing. Within the boundaries of moral fortitude. I do not advocate anybody do anything immoral, okay? So being out of your comfort zone is a good thing, okay? Right now, don't try to be too deep rooted in where you are right now. I think a lot of you, and a lot of us, okay, there were a lot of us who really had a sense, especially this year in 2020, all right? We really had this strong sense of, I found my identity. This is who I am. This is what I'm going to be. This is where I'm going to settle. You know, this relationship that I'm in is going to be the last one I'm ever in. This job that I'm working is, I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of us collectively just felt this sense of stability and confidence. And then 2020 said, oh yeah, here, hold my beer, right? So, but that was for a reason. Don't worry about it. It is not to be feared. It is not to be feared. Do not try to plant yourself in one spot right now, okay? You are evolving. Your vibration is increasing. Your awareness is expanding. And it's uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable process. That's the part in the spiritual community that me and it seems like only a small number of people actually publicly proclaim, is that the evolutionary process is not comfortable all the time. It can be very uncomfortable and very nerve-wracking and very scary. Okay? Do not worry. That's a normal part of the process. There's nothing wrong with you, okay? All right, Cancer. We got any Cancerians in here? Do we have any Cancerians? Cancerians. Boom, boom, boom. 10 of Wands. What's that all about, Cancer? Oh, whatever this is, this connection that you're dealing with here, at the end of the day, when we take a look at it, whether you're involved with this person or separated, whether you're trying to work things out or you don't want to work things out, either way, this brings you more stress and anxiety than it brings you happiness, joy, and fulfillment, right? So let's take a look here. 5 shuffles. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. 6 of Swords. Some of y'all are dealing with an Aquarius. Could be an Aries. All right. So, ooh, this is beautiful, dude. Aries had this. So funny that the Aries card popped up. And Aries is the only other sign that had this energy right here, too. Did I miss a super chat? No? Okay. So there's definitely something that you're moving on from. And Well, let's just go ahead and discuss what I see in the spread here. I think that the person you're dealing with is a bit of a, I don't want to say control freak, okay, because the Emperor is in the upright, but definitely a person who's not going to bend and not going to flex and not going to bow down, you know? Like, oh no, this is the way it is. It's my way or the highway. This is me. I'm not changing. You don't like me, then deuces, you know? Some of you could be dealing with a bit of a control freak, though, because the King of Swords is in the reverse next to the Emperor, indicating a bit of an asshole, okay? Bit of an asshole. There's nothing wrong with being, you know, this is who I am, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. But when the King of Swords is in the reverse, a bit of a sharp tongue. This person has a bit of an attitude problem, I think, okay? You moving on from this is probably the most successful decision that you could ever possibly make for yourself, okay? The most successful decision you could ever make for yourself. But right now, I see you up in your head trying to figure out whether or not you're making the right decision, okay? See, before long, and again, how many people come to me for personal readings and end up having me break this process down, okay? Before long, you will understand that most people who attract true love do it by complete and total accident. Complete and total accident. And that entire process is depicted in the Suit of Cups in the tarot, by the way. Oh yeah, the entire process of accidentally stumbling across true love is depicted in the tarot, because this right here is the energy that you are stepping into. A lot of you, the outcome resting in the current moment here is that some of you are going to prefer to be single and prefer to stay single for a little bit. Others of you, even if you are involved with somebody else here, you really want a sense of emotional space, which I think is kind of new for you, right? I need my bubble. I need my me time. I need to focus on me. I appreciate you being here, but I don't need you to heal me. I need to heal me so that I can be here and be a better person for you, you know? I am of no service to anybody if I don't put myself and my emotional, physical, psychological, and spiritual well-being number one, right? That's this energy right here. This is the energy that attracts that 10th cup, okay? Other than that, though, I just think you need to get out of your head, okay? Because things are looking very good for you as long as you maintain your sense of integrity, okay? At any given time, we can backslide back into codependence, that mindset, and start the cycle all over again, you know? And we don't want to do that. So what advice do we have here? What advice do we have for Cancer? Advice for Cancer. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oops. Ooh, the High Priestess. Definitely learn to distinguish the difference between your ego and your intuition. Just distinguish the difference. Don't judge one as being better than the other. Just distinguish the difference, because the goal is to get your ego and your intuition working together on the same team, okay? Together on the same team. Let's get 4 shuffles. 1, 2. Oops. 3 and 4. Boom! Ace of Cups in the reverse. Okay. The Tower card. Cool. Page of Swords reversed. Hey, dude, 9 of Cups again. See? You have to maintain your sense of integrity. Right now, old cycles are ending. We need to stop trying to fight that process, okay? I know there's at least one of you in here right now who you're on like your 10th or 20th attempt to rebuild the fucking tower, right? It just keeps crashing and you try to rebuild it, and it just keeps crashing and you try to rebuild it, and it crashes again and you try to rebuild it. Let it crash. Step back and say, okay, universe, you show me what's next. You show me. I'm going to try to quit doing it my way because obviously it isn't working right now. Just show me and stand in your emotional integrity. Okay? This is very important and very powerful. I can't explain to you. I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. You know what I'm saying? That's the power. That's where the true power lies. When you have your own sense of emotional, I just split my deck. Look, man, it keeps popping up for you. When you have your own sense of emotional integrity and independence, nobody has control of you. You are the one with the power at that point. When you have the power of your own well-being and your own state of emotions, nobody has any leverage over you, okay? So maintain that. Maintain that. All righty, Leo. Do we got any Leos in here? Good little group of you tuned in this morning. 595 of you. That's cool. Any Leos? Any Leos? Some good, powerful messages are coming through from my signs this morning, man. I'm feeling good about it. I am feeling good about it. I'm glad I did this as the first video of the day. I still got a few personal readings to do, but I was like, man, let me go ahead and get my little weekly forecast knocked out, you know? I feel good about it. You are witnessing me wake up in the morning. Leo, what's happening? The Hermit reverse. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo. But one, the other, or both of you, whoever this is here, is having a hard time sitting with themselves, okay? Having a hard time not just being alone, but understanding what you can learn from being alone. That's the thing. That's the thing. Understanding the power of having alone time and being alone and being by yourself and the mental clarity that you can, you know, gain when you escape the noise and escape all the distractions and stop trying to distract yourself from yourself. That's a trauma response. So I don't know who it is. We'll see here in a minute. But I definitely see a lot of that energy coming through here. Let's get 4 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, some of y'all dealing with an Aries. All right. I love that when the other sign's card comes up on the person you're dealing with side. Ace of Swords reversed next to the Leo card. No. This person they're holding back a lot, okay? So there's a lot of things this person wants to say that they're holding back. They're biting their tongue, okay? They're holding back, biting their tongue. I think this person's probably off looking for somebody new anyway. And I think you're cool with that. You know, I sense a very strong, both of you I think are mirroring each other. You all are both, and that's the frustrating part, right? Whenever we get into that period of the separation process where you realize you're mirroring the person, you know? And it's like, however I'm acting, they're reacting the same way, you know? But I don't want to break character. I want them to do it. You know, but they're not going to. They're just going to do whatever I'm doing. And that whirlwind that spins, you know what I'm saying? But I see a lot of that happening in here. Okay? I see a lot of, no, I'm moving on from this. I'm not going to show any vulnerability or any weakness. But you still haven't let go of this either. Okay? Neither has the person that you're dealing with. Okay? Neither of you have fully let go, but you all are both moving on and moving on to bigger and better things. I do see you successfully, emotionally separating yourself from this right here, successfully. But the thing is when you go this route, all King of Swords, hang on, Ace of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, okay. So I definitely see you moving on to new things. Some of y'all could have a new financial start coming up here, but whenever you take this right here, this is a risky way to deal with your emotions, okay? And if you don't have that King or Queen of Cups upright too, okay, then it will come back and come bubbling up to the surface of it eventually at some point here, okay? But for now, I do see you successfully emotionally distancing yourself from this situation as new things come in. You are off on a brand new path like the vast majority of us. Again, some of you are maybe starting a new job or getting a promotion or it looks like financial things are rolling through for a lot of you. But either way, this new path is very planned out. Very practical, you know, straightforward, and it looks pretty good to me. Looks like you're on a very positive path, but I do see a lot of this Emperor, King of Swords, okay? This is all good stuff right here, but this right here, okay? This right here. Be sure you eventually take some time to sit with that, or else it will come bubbling up later on. And hopefully we don't take it out on somebody who doesn't deserve it. Hopefully we don't take it out on somebody who doesn't deserve it. How many times have you done that? I know I have. You bury something for a real long time. You think you're over it because, oh shit, I haven't thought about that in 2 weeks. I must be over it. Oh, next thing you know, you just randomly pop off and snap off, and if you connect the dots and follow the energetic trail back there, it's like, oh, it's all over that thing that happened to me 6 months ago that I buried. I haven't fully gotten over it yet. Pay attention to your subconscious mind, Leo. Pay attention. Pay attention. Let's get 4 shuffles for your advice here. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what that Ace of Pentacles is all about. This new start. Some kind of new start happening for y'all. Or at least the energy that would allow it. Page of Swords again. I see communication. Knight of Swords reversed. Okay. So I do see new communication happening right here, but I would keep it on communication only if I were you. Okay. Right now, your number 1 goal is regaining your strength. Okay. Too many of us do too much. You know what I mean? We do too much. We try to take on too much shit that we don't really have the stamina to take on. Okay. I get my heart broke. I don't allow myself to heal from it. I'll bury it like a cat turd, run from it, and then run to somebody else. Well, I still have that vibration eating away at me. So I attract in something else that's on the same frequency as that, but it distracts me from it. So I think this is a better thing that'll have better results, and it's not. The vibration complements the last person. And then we just keep rolling through and rolling through. Right now, I think you need to, whoever this is new that you're talking to, don't jump into it too fast, okay? Because it will end up being a waste of time. Keep anybody new that you're talking to, or any new connections or any possible love interest, at arm's distance as you heal, okay? When I say at arm's distance, I don't mean don't allow for a connection. What I mean is put your healing exclusive to any other relationship, okay? Exclusive. You heal exclusive from any other relationship. It's a relationship is not going to heal you. And I watch people do it all day, every day. Thinking, oh, this person, I'm so lonely and sad, this person is going to fix my world. You know, it doesn't work that way. And then you end up 10 times more heartbroken than you were to begin with. As you need to put your healing first and foremost, not a new person, not a relationship. You need to heal yourself first, okay? So anybody new, and I do see a lot of you are talking to some new people here, okay? That's cool. Just don't ever turn to anything on your outside world as your solution for your healing or your happiness, okay? And you'll be fine. Anyway, though, Virgo, are we gonna get any clarity here, Virgo? I think I'm feeling a lot of this energy coming in here, and there's still something that's unclear. Every single time I read for you guys, it's always the same thing. It always ends up being something to the effect of trying to figure this out logically. And it makes no sense, does it? Makes no sense. The more logic I try to add to this situation, the less sense it makes. So I am driving myself nuts trying to figure out why somebody else is so stupid. Well, who's the bigger idiot? The idiot or the idiot who drives himself nuts trying to figure out the idiot? Huh? Come on now. Come on now. Come on, let's get this shit straight. Let's get 3 shuffles here. 1, 2, and 3. Boom! Knight of Cups reversed. Knight of Swords reversed. See? That's the thing. Okay, so we already got done talking about 9 of Cups, okay? Now 9 of Cups reversed. The most common energy that comes through my line of work, the emotional codependence card. See, that right there is illogical in and of itself. Okay, it's illogical in and of itself. So when you are dealing with somebody who is emotionally codependent, it's never going to make sense. Nothing, no motives, no nothing is ever going to make any sense. You're never going to be good enough. Nothing you ever do is ever going to satisfy the person. Okay, because this person is setting an unrealistic expectation of you, and is holding you to this false standard that, you know, and putting you, basically, I'm going to put my emotions on you as your responsibility, which is completely and totally impossible. It's impossible. It always has been. So that's why you need to quit trying to figure this out. And I still see you doing it. I still see you doing it. Hangman, justice reversed. Okay, I still see you trying to figure this out and driving yourself nuts, okay? Stop, okay? Don't keep trying to figure this out. The person you're dealing with does miss you, okay? They are watching you. They do have an eye on you. But I don't see anybody coming forward. I don't see anybody coming forward. The outcome resting in the current moment is the Six of Swords. I do see you are going to move on from this, but with these 6 swords stuck in your boat, it's a little bit more difficult than it has to be, okay? Don't try to get from one end of the lake to the other with swords stuck in your boat. That's unnecessary, okay? That's unnecessary. Stop doing this, okay? Do this. Don't do this, okay? Do this. Release yourself from this. Quit hanging around trying to look at this from all these different perspectives and trying to figure it out. You know what? People come to me all the time for personal readings asking questions that make no difference, you know? And I ask, okay, so let's just say I can answer this for you, you know? Like, for example, this is just a complete and total hypothetical example, okay? How many times did my ex cheat on me? Okay, hold up. First of all, your ex, somebody you're not even with right now, and you know they cheated on you? Why are you trying to dig up information that's going to do nothing but piss you off even more? Why are you desperately trying to dig up shit that is not going to help you? It's going to be detrimental to your vibration. It's going to put salt on that wound. It's going to rip it back open. Why are you trying to pick the scabs of your wounds that you're healing from? What difference does it make? If you're, first of all, you're not even with this person anymore. They're not even a part of your life. You know they cheated on you. Who gives a shit if it was one person or 100 people? What fucking difference does it make? All you're doing is digging up shit that's going to do nothing but hurt you. It's going to hurt you. So, similarly, Virgo, even if you do find out what it is you're trying to figure out, that's not going to fix anything. All it's going to do is piss you off even more. All it's going to do is piss you off even more. Let it go. Let it go. Quit trying to figure it out. Okay? Anywho, what advice do we have? What advice do we have? Thank you all for the positive feedback. Appreciate it. 2 more shuffles here. 2 more. Boom. Okay, pay attention to how you come across when you communicate, Virgo. Okay, Queen of Swords reversed. There's nothing wrong with being a Queen of Swords, okay? Being a King of Swords, that I am, an Aquarius, it is my responsibility to set this energy straight, okay? There are a lot of people who enjoy that King or Queen of Swords energy, but they have it in the reverse and they get the two mixed up, okay? If you are a truth speaker, okay, there's no way to avoid pissing somebody off. Eventually, somebody is going to get pissed off at you when you speak the truth, okay? However, the difference between the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Swords reversed is the Queen of Swords has no intention of hurting you. She has every intention of helping you, okay? And if the truth that she speaks hurts you, again, the analogy I always use is it's much like a little toddler who's throwing a temper tantrum because mommy's making him eat vegetables. He's not quite evolved enough to understand that mommy isn't being mean. She's helping you. She's doing something good for you, right? Now, on the flip side of that, the Queen of Swords reversed is a bitch, all right? She does say things very mean with the intention of cutting you, with the intention of hurting your feelings, with the intention of being rude and malice. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. Pay attention to the intention that is powering the words that come out of your mouth, okay? There's nothing, you can be a truth speaker without being a bitch. You don't have to be a bitch to speak the truth, okay? And I'm not just talking to the ladies, I'm talking to the fellas too. I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? It's an energy. It's like, you know, it's like a tightrope. You got to walk this balance, you know? You know what I mean? Do not let anxiety make decisions for you, okay? Now that's a hard one. People always ask me, how do I become more intuitive? Well, it's not more intuitive that you're wanting to become. It's less ego. Okay, well, how do I make the ego shut up? Well, the ego is conditioned and convinced to believe that it needs to control the show, okay? But How do we get it to shut up? How do we get it to quit doing that? We have to provide the ego with evidence. The ego loves evidence, right? So anxiety, nervousness, all those feelings, it all boils down to one little point, okay? That one little point is fear of losing control. Fear of losing control. What if this happens? What if that happens? This thing that's out of my control that I have no idea how to calculate and plan for. Well, if you follow that little voice and you ignore those feelings of fear, eventually the universe will deliver the evidence that the ego needs to be like, oh, wow, that weird little voice, weird little whisper in the back of my mind, it knows what it's talking about. Cool, so I'm gonna relax and I'm gonna let that little dude chime in a little bit more, okay? Okay, if this is the way you wanna do it, then this is the way you gotta do it, okay? If you would much rather try to get from one end of the lake to the other with swords stuck in your boat, that's fine. You go ahead and do it that way. Maybe on the other side of it, you'll have an arm workout. You know what I'm saying? You come out of it a little bit stronger, okay? But it is time to transition on from this one way or the other. I would just highly recommend that you quit trying to figure it out and driving yourself nuts over it, okay? All righty. Libra. Got any Libras in here? We got any Libras? 757 of them. Not a bad little group of you. Appreciate you. I know there's got to be at least one Libra in here, dude. Hopefully two. Do I have any coffee left? Just a little bit. Three shuffles, three more for Libra. Ooh, Emperor in the reverse. Some of y'all could be dealing with a Cancer or an Aries. Yep, definitely a Dundallah though. Definitely a Dundallah. This was a very, very intense connection that you had here, okay? One of those types of connections that, of course, like I say, every connection that you have with anybody, be it positive or negative, is always a soul connection. It is. But this is one of those ones that was really meant to make a big change in your life. A big one. A big one. A huge change. And right now, it's getting to the point to where I feel like a lot of you probably spent quite some time really, really screwed up about this. But now, if you pay close attention in here, you're finally getting to the, you know how I explain sometimes there's a window, you know, like when something happens and it hurts, okay, I'm injured, I'm hurt for a while, you know. Then, this little thing happens on the inside where I feel myself healing. Okay, that's where you're at right now. That's where you're at, okay? You feel yourself healing. I feel the healing process happening. Now, this is where you have one or two choices. You either allow that healing process to keep happening and you work with it. It's not the funnest thing in the world. Or you do what a lot of people do and you fight the healing process because now you're addicted to suffering. But right now you are at that point to where the healing process has begun, okay? The person that you are dealing with, I think a lot of you are dealing with somebody right now. Could have been a third-party situation for some of you, okay? Three of Swords reversed, Three of Cups. Either way, though, I do think that this person is putting on a big old show. A big old show to make themselves look like they're a little bit more healed up than they are. And they are healing from this in their own little way. But I think that this right here looks to me like I'm more concerned with you thinking I'm healed than actually healing. Excuse me? A baking powder? Yeah. I am more concerned with you thinking I'm healed than actually healing. Is what I'm feeling like the person you're dealing with is doing here. But the more time goes on, could be a Gemini that you're dealing with, the more time goes on, the connection is getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. The outcome resting in the current moment is the Lovers in the reverse. So that's not much of an outcome. That's pretty much just going to stay, not only stay the way it is, but the connection is just getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker, okay? Ten of Cups reverse, the Hermit card. A lot of you are, the positive way to look at this is I am learning, I'm being given the opportunity to learn the value of me, of of being alone, of being in my own head, of being able to. Doesn't mean you gotta go be alone for the rest of your life. But when I do find myself in periods of being alone, I'm not bothered by it. It doesn't bother me. I'm not constantly going out and looking to be distracted from my own head, which again, as I've stated, is just a trauma response, is all that is, okay? So I think a lot of you are being given this golden opportunity to really understand the power of enjoying yourself, okay? Which again, is very similar to that 9 of Cups energy. It'll at least lead to it, okay? Which is really what we're all here to do, okay? We're all here to do. Looks good though. The healing process has begun. Now let's look at the advice. Advice, advice, advice. For my librarians, my Libras, my Libras. What advice do we have? Advice, advice, advice. Two more shuffles here, 2 more. Wheel of Fortune, beautiful. Okay, so there's that 5 of Pentacles energy. All right, High Priestess reversed, Ace of Swords. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune and the 5 of Pentacles. All right, so the healing process is very important, okay? Because you don't just wake up, as badly as we want to, we want to just wake up and it be all over, right? The healing process is also a learning process, okay? The biggest mistake most of us make, again, I've said this a million times, y'all. I'm sorry for repeating myself, but I know people need to hear this. The biggest mistake that we make is we don't heal and we don't learn. We don't heal and we don't learn. We just bury it and run from it. And as soon as we forget about it, we think we're over it, right? And then what happens next? What happens next? You attract in another person, another situation, just like the last one. Because burying it and forgetting about it doesn't do shit, okay? The healing process is important because it's also a learning process. A learning process. What did I learn? What did I learn about me? Okay? How can I use this situation to my advantage? How can I use what I learned in this situation to bring forth a better version of myself in the future? Melissa, thanks so much for that super chat. Appreciate it. So it's very important that while you are healing, again, don't pick the scabs, just allow the healing process to happen naturally. Remember, it's a learning process too. And learning, all you have to learn really is one thing. And the funny thing about it is more often than not, you're like, well, I knew that. I knew that. I was just kind of trying to ignore that because I didn't want to know that. You know what I mean? A lot of times, more often than not, that's how the learning process and the healing process feels. Okay, but right now, a lot of you have completed a karmic cycle. Okay, you have completed the cycle. Now your next move is to energetically release yourself from it. Okay, you energetically release yourself from it. That's the way you hop the rest of the way off the wheel, you know? That's how you get the rest of the way off the wheel. All right, Scorpio. Do we have any Scorpios in here? Excuse me. Lillian, thanks for that super chat. Appreciate it. Scorpio, 763 of you up in here, sweet. I know at least one of you is a Scorpio. Maybe there's 5 or 10 of you in here. Let me get a drink of water real quick. Gotta hydrate. Scorpio. 4 shuffles for Scorpio. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Boom. Hey, man. Dude, you don't know how fucking happy this makes me when this card pops out, dude. I love it. I love it so much, man. It's like the 3rd time today this has popped out. It always comes out in the reverse, man. You know, and then it's just like, oh, codependence again. Man, dude, hey, my signs are putting in your work. That's what makes me feel good. That's how I know my job is complete. That's how I know I've done my job. When you put in the work and the effort to change the timelines that you're on. Yes, beautiful. All right, so still a little bit of negativity from the past that's being held on to. Of course, Scorpio, the grudge king, right? But you are stepping into the most powerful energy you can possibly step into emotionally, okay? You may not realize it, okay? With this Ace of Swords, the Moon card right here, the person that you're dealing with, I do think you're going to hear from them. I don't really see blocked communication here, but I do still see like communications or attempts to get your attention or the desire to communicate with you, but it's really, really cold and closed off. I think this person is a little bit afraid of their own emotions, or just really kind of embarrassed to like really, really show exactly how they feel or express exactly how they feel or what they feel. And there's still a little bit of negativity from the past being clung to. But whatever this decision is, I do feel like it's final. Okay, I do feel like some of you are making the decision to part ways from this. Others of you are making a decision to work on this or work this out. You know, either way though, I don't care if you're single or not. This energy is so insanely powerful. Okay, and we all need to have that Nine of Cups energy. Even those of us in relationships, we all need that Nine of Cups energy. I do not depend on you to be my only source of happiness. My only source of happiness? Like without you or without whatever, something about you, I'm just not happy, period. You're the only thing that makes me happy? That's not healthy, y'all. That is not healthy. That is very toxic. That's very toxic. That energy right there in and of itself is what, if you water that energy and allow it to grow, turns into that devil energy, that toxic cycle that we get into. And I've been in it. We've all been in it. Come on now. I'm not throwing dirt at none of y'all. I've been there, right? But I do feel like, I'm reading for a couple of different groups of you. There are, again, a group of you who are making the decision to part ways, okay? Others of you, if this is something that you're working on, still, I'm standing in my emotional integrity, okay? Which can kind of make you appear to your average person to come off a little bit distant, but it's really not distant at all, you know? But yeah, there is no more up in my head, wishy-washy, I don't know what to do here. Those of you, the outcome resting in the current moment here is this is a final decision, okay? I'm making up my mind. I'm putting the flagpole in the ground. I'm raising my flag up in the air. Bam, that's my decision, right? So, again, I felt like I was reading for a couple of different groups of you, though. So whichever way you decided to go, whether you decided to work on this or part ways, it's a final decision, okay? And there ain't no going back from there. All right, so what advice do we have? Advice. Do. Two more shuffles, two more. Okay, plan your steps. Always plan your steps, but be prepared for the unexpected at the same time, okay? Amanda, thanks so much for that super chat, appreciate it. Make decisions based on fairness, logic, and reason, not emotional bias, okay? Follow your passion, okay? That's one thing that I think is so heartbreaking, dude. One of the things that breaks my heart more than anything is that most people don't even have a clue what the hell their passion is. Brittany, thanks for that super chat. And the reason it's so heartbreaking is because we have been so conditioned to chase money. We have been so conditioned to chase the idea of a relationship, okay? Everybody wants a marriage, but they aren't prepared to actually be married to somebody, if that makes any sense. So because we have been so conditioned to chase the manifestation and not the process that it takes to attract it, most people don't even know what the hell their passion is. Most people don't even have a clue. What are you really passionate about? Oh. And those people who do know, oh, I don't have time for that right now. What do you mean you don't have time for that? Oh, I have money to chase. Well, you dingo shit, that's why money's running from you, because you're chasing it. Follow your passion and money will follow you. Who cares? What's your passion? Making Ninja Turtles out of clay? Making candles? I don't give a damn what it is. Quit riding past the little craft store. Like, let's say, you know, there's people out there, oh man, I've always wanted to make candles, but I'll do that one day when I have time. Dude, you ride past the craft store every single day. Get your ass in there and buy your candle making stuff and give it a try. Just try it. What's the worst that could happen? Who said it doesn't matter whether or not you're going to build a business out of it or if you just do it for fun and just at least try it just to say you did it. Give it a damn try. Follow your passion. Feel those little things in there that, you know, that little flame flickering. It gets that little flame flickering. Most people are trained and conditioned to put that flame out because they don't have time. Man, that's heartbreaking, dude. So fucking sad. Don't do that. Don't do that. Follow the breadcrumb trail. Follow your passions, okay? Don't ever be ashamed of that. Anywho, Sagittarius. Saggy-waggy. Saggy. $778 of you up in here. Cool. What's up? I know I got some Saggies in here. I know y'all are in here. Two more shuffles for Sagittarius. Two more. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Boom, 3 of Cups. Cool, right on. Hierophant reversed, okay. All right. I knew the Sagittarius reverse card was going to come up on their side. Could be another Sagittarius that you're dealing with. Let's go ahead and say that. I also have Taurus here, okay? Some of you all are dealing with, well, there's definitely some financial codependence here, okay, for some of you. Some sort of codependence. Some of y'all are dealing with a bum, okay? Somebody who just likes to bum. Whatever happened, though, I kind of feel like I see a lot of you right now are doing what you do best, and that's having a good time and, you know, living it up. But on the inside, you have this tug of war going on in your head of whether or not to be pissed off about the past or guilty about the past. Should I be pissed off about what they did, or should I feel guilty about what I did? A lot of you are going through this really, really, really weird internal psychological tug of war, okay? And that's very, very normal. That's very, very normal. That is so indicative of a karmic cycle right there. So I don't see the card for it, okay, because my spreads when I do these are kind of small, but I would almost guarantee the vast majority of you are dealing with a karmic relationship, okay? Definitely dealing with a karmic cycle here. The person that you're dealing with, this could have been a third-party situation for some of you, but you are definitely dealing with somebody here who is still very heartbroken, okay? But I don't think they want you to know. I don't think they want you to know, okay? They do have a lot of emotion for you that they don't want to open up and express, okay? And this particular connection, see, I just still think that they're very, very imbalanced and hang on, oh, yep, 6 of Wands reversed, the Fool card. So, yep, the person that you're dealing with is they're very imbalanced and they're still heartbroken here, but I think their reluctance to really open up and speak how they feel is just eating them up on the inside. And I don't really see anything improving here as far as that goes. I really don't. I think that you are off on a new path right now. But I still kind of feel like there's something about this right here that's still going on the inside of you. And I know you all don't like to admit that, by the way. I know Sagittarian energy very, very well. I'm very familiar with that energy. So I know that you don't always like to admit it. Okay, you'd like to tell yourself that you moved on, but no, you didn't. I guarantee you, the vast majority of you in here saying, oh, I moved on from this, I bet you if I sat down with you one-on-one and we just started talking about it, within 10, 15, 20 minutes, you'd be pissed off or crying or whatever. And that means you're not healed from it. That means you're not healed from it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? Because we're all in one way, shape, form, or fashion kind of conditioned to try to heal as fast as we can and try to run from the pain and try to ignore it and block it out and shut it out. And it can be very, very helpful and therapeutic, okay? Angel, thanks for that super chat. To dig it back up and sit with it. Dig it back up and sit with it, okay? It can be very, very therapeutic and very, very helpful. And actually, this Fool energy, again, look, I see you all moving on to bigger and better things, okay? A lot of you are taking new leaps of faith in life right now, getting with new people, getting into new relationships, dating new people, talking to new people, starting new jobs. Some of you are moving. You know, this Fool card can manifest into so many different things right here. However, that stuff that you refuse to pull up and sit with, you just bury it and run from it, it will manifest again later. Same demon, different person. It will manifest itself again later. I tell people come to me for personal readings sometimes and want to move. They say, should I just move to a new state and start over, you know? I say, well, yes, but there's some good news and there's some bad news, okay? Bad news is, I don't care if you get in a plane and fly from one coast to the next, right? Where nobody knows who the hell you are. That's not going to change your life for you. You have to put in the inner work. You have to change yourself vibrationally. You have to take conscious control of it, or else you will recreate the exact same life you just moved away from. That's the bad news. The good news is, yes, a change of scenery. Running away from it makes it 10,000 times easier to do that inner work. Makes it 10,000 times easier to do that inner work. But either way, there is no way to get around needing to put in work yourself. Okay? No way to get around it. So, what advice do we have here? Advice. Let's see. Oh, there you go. There you go. Regain that balance. Be the highest vibrational version of yourself. Okay, those of you who are getting into new relationships and talking to new people. Okay, and there's new things coming in for you right now. Definitely new things coming in. Okay, now we are at a crossroads. What are we going to do? Are we going to evolve or repeat? Evolve or repeat? Get 3 more shuffles here. 3 more. Tinley, is that how you say your name? Thank you so much for that super chat. I hope I pronounced your name right. If not, I apologize. All right, what advice do we have? 5 of Wands, the Magician, okay. All right, so don't let anybody take advantage of you, okay? Don't let anybody take advantage of you. And I know, again, you aren't typically the type to need to be told, you know, like, don't let nobody get one over on you. But no, really don't. Really don't. I've noticed one thing that's very, very interesting and sometimes just downright confusing about you all is you'll say, okay, well, I'm really blunt and I speak it like it is and I don't care what you think or how you feel, but then you'll turn back around and like not say something very important because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. And it's like, whoa, hold up, hody-do-do-do-do. What? You mean you spit this, you barf this opinion out all over me, you know, regardless of how I feel about it. But you held in something very important that you should have spoken on because you were afraid of hurting them. What? Okay, all right, whatever. When it comes to something important, you might just want to, I'm not saying install a filter. I know that you all pride yourselves on not having a filter, but that little thin filter that you do have, you might want to just take it out and rinse it out a little bit. Take it out and rinse it out and say, okay, well, let me take another look at this process that my thoughts go through before they fall out of my mouth, right? Just take another look at the process, okay? So, I know that you all are better than Aries, okay? Aries people are horrible about it, but you all have a little bit more of a process. Just take a second look at that process, okay? Because I do think that there are a lot of things that you call people out on that you should probably keep to yourself because it's just straight up fucking rude. And there's a lot of things that you probably like should speak on that you don't. So I mean, every Saggy I've ever met, I have seen gets this process reversed a lot. And that's just my personal experience. But with that 5 of Wands energy right there, I think that a lot of you, there's some things that you should speak on that you don't, okay? And there's things that you do speak on that you should keep quiet, if that makes any sense. See what I'm saying? And again, I think it has a lot to do with people trying to take advantage of you. And a lot to do with people thinking that you're stupid and thinking they can manipulate you and thinking that, you know what I'm saying, that your kind, generous, you know, positive nature is to be taken advantage of. I know a lot of people think that about you. And don't let nobody get one over on you like that. Monitor your thoughts and your emotions, okay? Be the observer behind what goes on in your head. Okay, we have thoughts, emotions, we have all these things. Learn to pop away from that and be the observer behind it, okay? Because if you want anything to manifest into fruition at all, it's very important that you have every single element facing in the same direction. Your air, your earth, your fire, and your water. All cast towards the same goal, okay? What you think about, what you talk about, what you do, what you love, and what you're passionate about all need to be faced in the same direction, okay? Very important. Very, very important. All righty. Capricorn, do. Capricorn, dog, do. Caparoo. No. 30 more shuffles for Capricorn, 3 more. Oh, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, the Sun card, okay. All right, so I definitely see new things coming in for you here, Capricorn. Definitely new energy coming in, okay? Could be another earth sign, another Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But I do see communication. I don't really feel like it's big, heartfelt communication, but I do see communication nonetheless. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's definitely some old things coming to an end. Okay, some of y'all could have been dealing with an Aries. That's the only sign specifically that I have here, but I have every element on the table, okay? Could be an Aries, but I just kind of feel like whoever this was you were dealing with in the past, there was a big battle of egos that you chose to just go ahead and let them have it. Okay. You know, you go ahead and you have your little ego battle, you know? That just, when you have 2 ego battles going on right there, you know, one, the other, or both of us has to bend and flex first. But that's the hard thing about the ego doesn't like to. So typically 9 times out of 10, neither person is going to do it, right? Well, when it comes to this situation right here, I feel like you finally have. Okay, all right, I'm done. You go ahead and have your little battle. I'm done with it. The person you're dealing with isn't willing to put forth their part of the work, you know, because it takes 2 people to make a relationship work, and it takes 2 people to screw it up, you know? And I know a lot of people would argue that, and I wish I had the time to break that whole process down vibrationally. But it takes 2 people to screw it up. It does, okay? Either way, though, I don't really feel like this is a battle that you want to fight, okay? I don't feel like this is a battle that you want to fight at all. A lot of you right now are kind of stepping out of that energy of, who is going to be my person? You know that energy? That energy of, I wonder where they are. Who is my soulmate? You know, who am I meant to be with? All that silly ass shit. I think you're stepping away from that. Because, well, first of all, that's not how the system works at all. And again, something I wish I had the time to break down and explain, but I really don't right now. But a lot of you are kind of stepping out of that. I don't need to be going out and looking for another person. I'm only guaranteed to be with one person for the rest of my life, and that's myself. So I think that my relationship with myself should come first and foremost. But I do see communication happening here, though, okay? I do see communication. I do see you talking to somebody new. But it doesn't really look like it's going to go very far. It really does. Okay, I do see somebody interested coming through here and talking, but I don't think it's going to go very far. Okay, let's look at the advice here. That was a weird spread. That was a weird one right there. Let's look at the advice. Advice for Capricorn. Boom, 3 of Wands. Okay, you're right. Don't jump straight into anything just yet. Stand back and observe. Learn to be the observer. Okay, not every little thing that happens requires a reaction. Not every little thing that happens requires you to put your opinion in, or, you know what I'm saying? Learn to be the observer. And I think you being the most advanced cardinal sign, that's like your next challenge, you know? That's your next challenge, okay? Because you are the very last cardinal sign, okay, which is the most advanced version of cardinal energy there is, okay? So that's your next challenge. Okay, well, how do I learn to observe? Because cardinal energy is typically very, very, very pushy and persistent. And I'm not saying that you all can't be pushy and persistent. I know how Capricorn works. Oh, yes, I do, okay? However, learn to be the observer. Learn to step back and just observe and take it in, just for learning purposes only. 4 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knight of Wands. All right. All right. Okay. High Priestess in the reverse. All right. So with the 7 of Wands in the reverse, let's start with that. Knight of Wands upright. It's very important that you follow your passion, follow the breadcrumb trail, as I don't remember who that was. I was just talking to this about one of them signs back there. But do not go around with your guard up all the time. Okay? This is one of the most slippery slopes of all slippery slopes, especially those of you who have experienced, which haven't we all? Those of us who have experienced bad things that happen to us, right? So what is the ultimate test? Okay? The ultimate test is, how do you not react out of ego? How do you not react out of ego? That is one of the biggest universal tests, okay? So as egoic beings that we have incarnated into, what do we do? Something bad happens to us. The first thing we do is we start developing a defense mechanism to keep us safe. Must it ever happen again? Wouldn't you say that's true? However, unbeknownst to us, if we dump too much energy into building a defense mechanism, the universe eventually will have no choice but to send you something to give you a reason to put it to use. So if I go around with my guard up all the time, then the universe has no choice but to send me people who make me feel like I need to have my guard up. Have you ever met somebody with trust issues? You know, that person who doesn't trust nobody. And have you ever noticed, if you sit back and watch these people who don't trust anybody, oh, I don't trust anybody. Have you ever noticed that if you watch them, every single person that comes into their life ends up betraying them? You ever notice that? Have you ever noticed that? And if you get too close to one of those people, you will end up being one of those people that they can't trust, because whatever it is that you believe, the universe has no choice but to keep sending you more evidence that supports it. And you know what? Most of you will come out of that probably not even having done anything wrong, but that's always the way that it turns out, isn't it? Don't co-create like that. Okay, it's very counterproductive. Right now, though, it's very important that you, again, learn to be the observer. Let your guard down. Okay? Your guard's not a bad thing. Only put your guard up if you need it. If you don't need it, don't go around with your guard up, anticipating it. Okay? Other than that, though, make decisions based on logic, reason, and fairness, and not emotional bias. All right? Aquarius. Do we have any Aquarians in here? Do we have any Aquas up in here? How many we got? 754 of you. Got an Aquarius in here? There you go. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Aquarius. How y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing? How are you doing? 6 of Cups showing his face for you. Some of y'all dealing with a past person. I was kind of hoping that we'd move on to some new stuff, but I know a lot of you, I know how y'all roll. A lot of you are dealing with something from the past that you can't seem to let go of with that fixed ass mind of yours, you know? Aren't you? And it's more than likely something that nobody knows about, right? I know how y'all roll. That's what led me to the tarot 2 years ago. Same thing. I'm an Aquarius, by the way, for those of you. I know how y'all roll. Come on now. Can't hide shit from me. Yep. Let's get 4 shuffles here. Here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, Ace of Wands. There we go. Is that new stuff? New stuff coming in here? You're a little bit unorganized though, aren't you? Yep. All right, yep, you are a little bit unorganized right here and a bit of a mess, okay? The person this was definitely some type of codependent situation, okay? And of all the people, man, look, I've been sitting here bragging about 9 of Cups coming up for everybody, and it comes up in the reverse for y'all. Come on now, man. It is on the person you're dealing with side, though, okay? So I do think that you are dealing with somebody who is very emotionally needy and codependent, and somebody that you know you cannot trust, okay? I think a lot of you, like I said, with this, it could have been a Taurus you were dealing with, that's the only, or an Aries. So that Fool card is one of the Aries cards. Could have been anybody though, okay? But I do see that you are off on a new fiery path. But the thing about it is I think a lot of you are doing what you do best, and that is failing to address and dig up how you feel about a particular person or situation, okay? With this Three of Cups energy right here, could have been a third party situation. Doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. I don't see anybody coming forward here. Okay, I don't see anybody coming forward. I don't see any communication happening. I see with that Ace of Wands, some of y'all could, whatever this new start is that you all had, you could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. But the outcome resting in the current moment is the Ten of Cups reversed. Okay, so I don't think that you and this person, as of right now, hang on, let me grab a couple more cards here. Sun card upright, Nine of Swords upright, reversed, okay. Yeah, see, the thing about it is this probably had potential a while back, okay? This probably had potential a while back. But again, how I was telling, who was that earlier? I forget who that was earlier. Like I said this similarly just a few minutes ago. You're marrying each other. You and this person are kind of marrying each other, okay? Kind of marrying each other. This person that you're dealing with here, Four of Swords reversed, okay? Your Three of Cups, King of Pentacles reversed. They are doing everything that they can to go out of their way to distract themselves and making it a point not to think about you or this particular situation. But they have to put in the effort to not think about it. And I see you doing the same thing. I see you doing the exact same thing, okay? Thanks for that super chat. I really don't know how to pronounce that username, but whoever's just sent that super chat, thank you so much. But yeah, so y'all are marrying each other in an aspect, okay? I kind of feel like you're both sitting around waiting on each other to come forward, and neither of you are doing it. Neither of you are doing it, okay? And I get it. I get it. One, the other, or both of you is probably saying, well, I'm not the one that did something wrong. I'm not coming forward. I get it. But speaking from experience, if you ever want not only the closure or whatever it is that you're looking for, or the release from this, or that actual step up to the next vibrational level to swallow the ego and be the bigger person, you're going to have to probably be the one that reaches out. But I don't see you doing it. I don't see either of you doing it. I think y'all are both marrying each other, okay? And you're off starting new, bigger, better things, okay? And nobody's coming forward. Nobody's saying anything. What advice do we have? Advice for Aquarius. What advice do we have? Do, 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 do. Two of Wands. All right. So a lot of you are very right. A lot of you are very right in waiting before you take a jump, take a new leap off onto a new path. Okay. All right, Knight of Swords. Yep. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. So a lot of you need to develop a sense of emotional integrity. Okay. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that you all are so good at. You are so good at making yourselves look like you have emotional integrity. You're very good at making it appear. See, a lot of you, and there's a couple other signs too, but especially y'all, Aquarians, okay, take what I like to call the magnet approach. This is something I made up off the top of my head, the magnet approach. You have two magnets, one positive and negative end, and the opposite ends attract, okay? Well, if I take me a little marker and I change the signs, if I make the negative sign a little plus sign, and you know what I'm saying? Then I might trick the other magnet into attracting. No, you won't. No, you won't. You can fool everybody into thinking that you know, the other ends have switched. But universe responds to what's really going on in here. And you all are really good at cloaking yourselves with this cloak of practicality and confidence and you know what I mean? And this cool, but the shit that goes on inside of you, you think that just because nobody else notices it, nobody else has a clue, means that universe doesn't know? Oh, come on now. You ain't fooling nobody but yourself. You ain't fooling nobody but yourself, okay? You need to find that actual sense of emotional integrity in here. Fuck what everybody else thinks, okay? It doesn't matter what you think about me. It doesn't matter what this person thinks or how this person perceives me. The universe responds to what's really happening in here. And I think there's a lot of you that actually need to have that heart-to-heart with yourself and find that sense of happiness in here. Because I know there's at least one of you watching right now that people think that you're doing great, but you're actually miserable. Oh, you're suffering. Oh, it's bad. You're in a real dark, scary place. But nobody knows about it, do they? No, nobody knows about it. I get it. I get it. I helped write the book on how to do that, y'all. I get it. I totally get it. And I'm going to tell you what right now, as an Aquarian who has been there and done that and experienced that and been through all that shit, universe is going to keep responding to what's really going on inside of you. Okay? You can't fool anybody. That's not going to fix anything. All right? So, until you find that sense of emotional integrity, just step back. Step back and wait. But I do see if communication is coming through from a new person, okay, Knight of Swords right here. I do see communication wanting to come through here. Entertain it, okay? Don't play the cool, closed-off approach. Entertain it, okay? You need to learn to open up. You need to learn to open up a little bit more than you do, okay? All righty, last but not least, Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. We still have 700 people. Man, big old bunch of you for being at the very last sign. I appreciate all y'all for tuning in, by the way. This is the last sign, and then we got to get out of here. If you ordered a personal reading and it is due today, I'm on it as soon as we get up off of here. Pisces. Three more shuffles for Pisces, please. 1, 2, and 3. Nine of Swords. 2 of Cups reversed. Okay. So what's all the nervousness all about? It looks like you're healing up from it. You're getting over this, but there's still a part of you overall right here. I think with the overall issue, I get it now. Okay, look. Heidi, thanks for that super chat. Thank you. So with this overall energy here being the Nine of Swords, this is the overall issue, okay? So this is something that you're healing from, but here's the thing, okay? One, the other, or both of you allowed yourselves to make decisions based on fear. Angela, thanks so much for that super chat. So if you allow yourself to make a decision based on fear, based on the fear of what could go wrong, a lot of you just sit around and what if'd. What if, what if, what if? What if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? And all you just what if'd yourself to death. A lot of you sit around and what if'd your relationship down the drain. A lot of you, okay? So I do feel like there was one last final argument between you and this person that popped off before this person said, okay, I'm done. I'm not opening up and expressing anything about how I feel. I'm not opening up and showing you anything. You know what I'm saying? With the King of Cups reverse, 5 of Wands. You're getting over this and you are taking control of your life again. But yeah, the 3 of Pentacles reverse being the outcome resting in the current moment. I don't see you all ever being able to come together and work together again, okay? I do think that you're getting over this though. You're healing from it. But I don't think that you've quite understood, a lot of you, that that Nine of Swords energy, it can actually be very dangerous. It can be very dangerous, okay? What if it goes wrong? Okay. What if it does? Bethany, thanks for that super chat. Appreciate it. What if it does? What if it does? What if it goes right? Why don't we spend our time focusing on that? What if it goes right? You know, there's a person that sits around on their couch all day long in the peaceful quietness of their house where nothing is going wrong. And all they do is they think about what if this worst case scenario happens, and they drive themselves absolutely insane. And there's another person sitting next door doing the exact same thing, only they're thinking about the best case scenario. Who would you rather be? The person sitting around driving themselves nuts with their own thoughts, or the person sitting around motivating themselves? Yeah, what if the best thing happens? What if I become real successful? What if I meet the love of my life? What if I end up building this business with, you know, this great income? What if I, you know, just what if you sit around and fantasize about the best case scenario? A lot of you are in a situation right here who you sit around and you let yourself fantasize about the worst case scenario too much, okay? And eventually, it's like walking across a thin frozen lake, okay? I'm never gonna say that there's any one way to guarantee to manifest the worst case scenario. When it comes to this, at best, you spend your time worrying and freaking out all the time. Universe has no choice but to keep spoon feeding you evidence that supports what you're worried about, keeping you in a state of panic and worry. Worst case scenario, yes, you manifest what you're worried about. You manifest what you're worried about, worst case scenario. Okay, so either way though, that's from a human perspective. From a spiritual perspective, this was a karmic cycle that is complete. And again, like I say, the next step, some of you have taken it, some of you have not. But either way, the next step is to energetically detach from it. Okay, and I think a lot of you are at least setting off down that path. Okay, energetically releasing and letting go of it. All right, let's look at the advices for Pisces. There, I had to say it for you. I had to say it at least once, man. Advice for Pisces. What's up, y'all? Still got a big old group of you in here. Not decent. Decent group. 638 of you. Cool. Cool. Advice for Pisces. We're about over. About done here. We're going to see what kind of advice we have, and then we going to boot, scoot, and boogie. We're going to boot, scoot, and boogie. Two more shuffles. Two more. All right, hey, Wheel of Fortune again. Just like it was in the last spread. Karmic cycle is complete. Best thing you can do now, hey, what do we just spend like pretty much that entire reading talking about? Nine of Swords, okay? Nine of Swords reverse. You need to learn. It's a process that takes practice, but learn not to let anxiety make decisions for you. Okay, and as long as you practice that, eventually you will see that there is no reason to even be nervous about anything. And yes, for those of you who don't know, I do have a very extensive history of anxiety and depression and mental illness and being medicated and all that stuff. I only say that because I know there are a lot of people out there who talk out of the side of their neck and don't know what in the hell they're talking about, and I'm not one of them, okay? So I fully understand, and I'm a living testimony that you can overcome it, okay? Either way though, it's very important that you heal up from your past. Okay, what was I just telling? Was it Libra? I think it was Libra I was telling, but whoever it was, the healing process is also a learning experience. Okay, in order to heal, you must learn. If you didn't learn shit, you didn't heal. If you didn't heal, you didn't learn. Okay, the healing process is probably about 50-50. About 50-50. It's about 50% healing from the trauma and 50% learning. Learning. What did I learn about me? About me. I'm sure, I guarantee you, every last one of you watching right now could tell me till you're blue in the face about the person that you're dealing with, right? And all the bullshit you learned about them. But what did you learn about you? What did you learn about you? If you didn't learn nothing about you, you didn't learn nothing. All right? So, I feel like the messages all my signs needed to hear have come through. I greatly appreciate everybody that tuned in and played along with the likes and the comments and the super chats and all that good jazz. Man, it means more to me than I will ever be able to express in words, okay? Trust me, I greatly appreciate every one of you. My supporters and my haters. I don't really care what you think about me. All you got to do is watch me and you're helping me. I greatly appreciate it, y'all. Anyway, remember to look in the description of the video for information on scheduling personal readings, okay? I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I got some personal readings to do. Again, if you ordered one and it is due today, I'm on it right now. All right? I would like to get another video like this, or another one of my bonuses done today, but we got to see what the day holds. Can't make any promises. But either way, I'll still see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity, okay? Y'all have a good one.